There was a point in my burnout when even painting felt like too much. Not because I didn't care, not because I had lost my creativity, but because my body and mind were already so exhausted from simply just existing. And no matter how much I wanted to try, how much I wanted to make something, the distance between wanting and doing felt impossibly large. So I stopped forcing myself to paint, and instead I started scrapbooking. At the time, it didn't feel like a creative breakthrough. It felt like settling, like choosing the smallest possible version of creativity just to stay connected with it. But now, looking back, I see it differently. Scrapbooking became a way to stay close to creativity without demanding anything from myself. There was no blank canvas to confront, no pressure to express something deep or meaningful, just paper, glue, colors, textures, and pieces of magazine that I cut up with my scissors. My job wasn't to create something unique, it was just to put them together to create a cohesive design. Burnout has a way of shrinking your capability, and when that happens, the problem isn't that you don't want to create, is that your nervous system doesn't feel safe enough to do something that requires energy, vulnerability, or focus. So if you're watching this and thinking, I want to try, but I'm too tired, I want you to know that that feeling has a name. It's called creative fatigue. Creative fatigue happens when the desire to create is still there, but the fuel is gone. When your inner world still wants to express itself, but your body is asking for rest. And scrapbooking met me exactly there. I didn't have to invent anything. I could observe instead of create. I could arrange instead of paint. And that mattered more than I realized at the time. Because burnout doesn't heal through pressure, it heals through permission. Permission to do something imperfect, permission to do something small, permission to choose the least demanding version of creativity and trust that it still counts. When I look at these old scrapbook pages now, I don't see lesser art. I see evidence that I didn't abandon my creativity. I stayed connected to it in the only way I could at the time. And today, scrapbooking still holds that role. It's not a replacement for my art or my painting, it's a companion. On days where my energy is low, when my thoughts feel heavy, when my body resists effort, scrapbooking gives me a way to stay present without pushing past my limits. If you are burnt out, you don't need to get back to normal. You don't need to return to the version of yourself that could do more. You need to meet yourself where you are. Maybe that looks like scrapbooking, journaling, arranging photos, organizing colors, or simply sitting with materials without using them. That still counts. Trying doesn't always look like producing something impressive. Sometimes it looks like choosing not to give up. So if you're tired but still watching, if you feel close to creativity but not able to reach it, you're not failing. You're listening, and that too is part of the creative process.